Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Back at Richmond. This time, Camaros are running around this three-quarter mile oval. Now, unlike the Firebirds, which ran last week, this week the Camaros have a little bit of a different situation. There are two drivers that lead the championship. Technically speaking, if the series were to end before this race happened, let your imagination run wild as to what would cause that. John Walker, and apparently voice cracks, would win the championship. And the reason that John would win is because he's won a race. Second, Dorothy McLean in the 11. Now, they have 559 points apiece. Isaac Hernandez, as you can right in the middle of this picture, is third, 3 points behind them. Jim Carranza, who has now been eliminated from Firebird competition, is in fourth, a mere 3 points behind Isaac. Fifth is James Wolfe, 24 points behind Jim. So 30 behind the leaders. See Cedric Black there on the pole. Black doing well, but could use the boosted points. Lynn White, here in dead last, is on the verge of elimination. Will not be eliminated yet, unless they finish where they are, and then they'll fall out of the 120 point range that will be needed to survive next week. However, that's Minnie Nelson right there. So, start-finish, Walker would take the spot because Walker is halfway up the field. Now, the only person who is able to race their way out of the danger zone is May Ellis, here in the 8. And now, the person who started us off with a win in the Firebirds has not had success in the Camaros at all. Lynn White back there has wrecked 3 cars, has 3 DNFs this season. May Ellis, I believe, only has 1. And yet, May Ellis is a full 168 points out. Not as bad as John Lane in the Firebirds. However, yes, had to verify this. However, May Ellis has to finish 17 places ahead of both Walker and McLean. In other words, if both of them finish, any one of them finishes 20th or 21st, by the math that we've done, and are still
start your engines.
And are still rushing to do, by the way, she can finish no worse than third. If she is not in the top 3 at the end of this race, that's it. There is no way that she will make it next week. Other drivers can fall out. She is the only one on the outside looking in right now. Everybody is away. Sixty laps in this race, and away we go. Cedric Black already clearing Jim Carranza. Again, the Camaros are built better and run faster than the Firebirds did. But that also can lead to situations where they crash more viscerally. Two by two. Back a little bit. Cedric Black running away with this to start with, but the start is never indicative of the finish. Neither is Gerald Wilkinson actually running worth a damn. Jim Carranza running third. Not a surprise. He is our two-time winner in this series. Isaac Hernandez has yet to win in either series, but he has been so close. Between the two championships, he is the highest ranked of all of everyone so far. The pressure may be on John Walker there. And apparently my voice cracks and we have a spin. Tracy Howell, but no caution. Wow. What? You're joking. That was a full spin and no caution. So what happened here? Just quick enough, 3 wide, which is always a bad idea. And just spins off the nose of Hammond. Wow. Back to live action. Hammond is actually taking 19th away from Minnie Nelson. Tracy Howell is going to have a long way to get back. But if he has speed, he can do it. Meanwhile, Cedric Black, we are a 10th of the way through this race. He has led every lap. Gerald Wilkinson is second. Jim Carranza in third. Isaac Hernandez in fourth. James Wolfe looking to the inside in fifth. Hernandez surrenders the position to an extent. John Walker in sixth. And Walker might have some pressure on him. See, in the Firebirds, the last two events have been won by the same person, Charles Marshall, who, yes, is in this race. However, Walker's not looking great. Walker is falling back, but Marshall didn't show up here until the end of the race. But there is Charles Marshall, our two-time and defending Firebird winner. There's Lynn White making their way from the back all the way up to 12th. A nice climb. And there's Chris Harvey. Has not had the luck in the Camaros that he has in the Firebirds, but has still put in a good showing. May Ellis, not looking promising. 3 wide, back quarter of the pack, fighting with Hammond, Harris, Garden, and a struggling Minnie Nelson. However, a number of these drivers thrive on the finish, and we're just not there yet. And Howell is starting to close up the gap. He has clean air. He can do that. Gardens, Nelson, and Hammond are all fighting with each other. There's no damage to 7, just some scuffed tires. In the meantime, Cedric Black is running away with this. Almost 3 seconds to second place. That's the biggest lead that I've seen so far this year. Over 3 seconds. And almost a second back to Carranza in third. Carranza seems to be holding up the pack, however. And it looks like Aronson is looking to make some headway. Walker has climbed back up behind Aronson. Wolf lets him go. Barden's looking to make noise. Eckert looking to have a good day. Needing a good day. Lane, who, of course, Carranza was eliminated. Lane was eliminated from the Firebirds. But also, Gerald Wilkinson was eliminated due to their last place finish here at Richmond. They fell out of the point threshold. They cannot win the championship this season. Lynn White, still moving up, still doing well. 12th place, back up to 12th place now. Dorothy McLean looking to take some spots away, though. There's Wayne Stadler, our two-time winner, once in Firebirds and once in Camaros. Christine Harris, who has not done well since the halfway mark. May Ellis, who has not done well since Phoenix. Thomas Hammond. Tyler Gardens, who was a surprise last week in the Firebirds. Minnie Nelson, who has been around, but nothing really substantial. Of course, Tracy Howell, our Firebird championship leader so far, recovering from the spin. We are 20 laps into this 60-lap feature, and it seems like the 12 may be slowing down now. 5 is within 3 seconds. Carranza and now Walker looking to catch up as well. The gap has increased. Isaac Hernandez wants a win, but he's not getting it the way things are going. Daniel Barden's looking to take that spot away with Jacob Aronson hot on their heels. Aronson looking to the inside of Barden's now. Will that be enough to scoot him up? Doesn't look like it. Seems like that second line is actually pretty decent. Problem is, no one can get past Carranza. He's able to keep it tight enough to where they can't pass him. Eckert in 8th. Wolf has fallen back to 9th out of, what was 3rd? John Lane, who, despite his Firebird failings, is championship caliber when it comes to Camaros. I will try not to alliterate like that ever again. Lane, as it turns out, is tied for 7th with John Hammond. Uh, Thomas Hammond. Lynn White, again, 19th in points, a in a bad spot, not because of their finishes, but because of all those DNFs. That 9 team is in a bad spot financially because they've wrecked 2 cars and the prize money simply isn't here yet. By the way, if anybody wants to sponsor this series, please let me know. McLean back, Marshall with Harris in between. Harris quietly up to 13th. That's a bit of a surprise. Oh, that's why. Chris Harvey falling back, plummeting back, honestly. And look at that. Tracy Howell, in a span of 20 laps, has caught back up. Now, can he pass people? He started at the back to start with. It's going to take some work to get things done. Walker has passed Carranza. I repeat, Walker has gotten past Carranza. We are 30 laps from. We have 31 laps to go. Walker cut half a second off the lead gap. But he has to get past Gerald Wilkinson. I swear I can be good at this. I'm not completely whatever. Carranza diving and failing to recover that gap. If Hernandez is able to, now would be a good time to capitalize. Black coming out of turn 2. Wilkinson in second. Walker in third. Carranza now in fourth. Hernandez now in fifth. Aronson sixth. Daniel Barden's in seventh. James Wolfe in eighth. Lynn White in the 9. Ed ninth. Nicholas Eckert in 10th. Being hounded by Charles Marshall to take over 10th. He will. Eckert to 11th. Harris in 12th. McLean in 13th. Ellis in 14th. You need 12 more spots, May. Otherwise, you're done for the year. Lane falls back to 14th. But McLean's going to take that away from Lane. This railroading of John Lane is what happened to Chris Harvey only a few laps ago. Tyler Gardens in 16th. Wayne Stadler in 17th. Thomas Hammond in 18th. Tracy Howell has spun, recovered, and is in 19th. Minnie Nelson in 20th. Unfortunately, Chris Harvey, not having a good day, in 21st at the moment. Something does not seem to be agreeing with Chris today. Cedric is running away. No one is going to be able to catch him at this rate. Not unless there's a caution for no reason, and we don't do that. Although that said, I was expecting a caution for that spin, and we didn't do that either. Howell wants more positions. Harvey wants to get back to some positions. The problem they're going to run into is that there's a chance they could be lapped. The fastest lap is a 22:02, set by Cedric Black here. Daniel Bardens has the second fastest, Aronson the third. Wilkinson still 4 seconds. Walker can't catch him. So whatever they found, Cedric Black found a missile today. And is just rolling away with this thing. You're going to have races like this. Not everything's going to be overly contended. But that doesn't mean we have to focus on it at all times. Walker slides up track. Trying to find some speed. Not there. Losing a little bit more time. But Carranza is ready to pounce. Bardens and Hernandez battling for 5th. Hernandez up high in the wall. Aronson in 7th. White in 8th. Moving up. Harris now in 9th. James Wolfe. How did you win that one race? Nicholas Eckert. Charles Marshall still fighting. May Ellis actually putting up a fight again. 13th now. John Lane, same thing. Dorothy McLean. 15th place. Thomas Hammond, I think he's just driving out of peer pressure right now. Wayne Sadler, we know, can win the Firebirds, but he hasn't shown it. Yes, he has. Yes, he has shown it in the Camaros. Not having a good time on the short tracks, though. They won at Phoenix. Wayne, what are you up to? Tyler Gardens has the one car, as at no point in this or the other series sat number 1. May have led for a lap at some point. Howell almost gets into the Hammond and might have gone for another spin. Harvey gets stuck high. Nelson's going to go low. And Harvey's going to end up being dead last again. 15 laps to go. This, I believe this would count as a slobber knocker. Cedric Black, 6 seconds clear of Gerald Wilkinson, who is 2.5 seconds clear of Jim Carranza, who got back past John Wolfe. My apologies. Apparently I'm scatterbrained this evening. Bardens, Hernandez, and Aronson all looking to take the 5th place at least. Hernandez gets squeezed on that one. Aronson's looking to finish strong here. Wolfe looking to recover after their own failings, basically. May Ellis, their season is quickly coming to an end. Their career in the Camaros may be coming to an end. Let's not forget the house rule. All of those employed by the house are susceptible to its decisions, and it's decided that the one that's the driver to finish last in each series will be fired from that series. As of right now, neatly enough, John Lane is looking at termination from the Firebird series, and Ellis, the Camaros. Wayne Sadler, Dorothy McLean. Tyler Gardens, Minnie Nelson trying to make some time back. But Tracy Howell, as neat as their recovery was, they simply don't have the speed here. But they better find some speed because there's 10 laps left, and Cedric Black is looking to flap. And my voice is looking to die. Yes, here is Cedric Black. There is Thomas Hammond and Chris Harvey. Now, if there was more time, or if these cars were any faster, I would say that this could be a game changer. I don't believe it will be. Yes, these soon-to-be lap cars are running slower. There is a 6.5 second gap. Black is off for the straightaway before Wilkinson gets on it. This race is done. Barring an engine failure, which Black has had 2 that I know of. Or a spin. He could cause a spin here and doom his own race. I don't think he will, but he could. Is that what everybody was hoping for? Will there be a caution? Thomas Hammond loses the engine, cannot make it back around. He is on the apron. No caution. That is insane. The 10 not in contention for fastest lap. But as we were speaking about an engine blowing, Thomas Hammond has one blow, has to be towed back. That'll be a mandatory rebuild no matter what it is. And as of right now, they're not saying anything. They may not. But because the car could not get back under its own power, they'll force, the series will be forcing an engine build on that one. So here's a cluster. And look at Minnie Nelson trying to squeeze through. Cedric Black looking like he will end up well, unless they all cooperate and stonewall him. Right now, Howell is in 20th. Minnie Nelson in 19th. Chris Harvey in 18th. And of course, that's fluid. 1 lap to go. Cedric Black, it's a piston. Engine rebuild, inevitable for the 10. Chris Harvey, 1 lap back officially. Tracy Howell, will he end up a lap down? Harvey will finish 20th. Cedric Black will finish 1st. And he is a 2-time winner. Congratulations to Cedric Black. 2nd place goes to Gerald Wilkinson in the 5. 3rd place, John Walker in the 19th. No one had anything for Cedric Black. Carranza in 4th. Aronson 5th. Lynn White finishes 6th. Considering they started 21st, that is an amazing jump. Catherine Harris, another great race. Isaac Hernandez, a disappointment, honestly. Finishing 8th. They started 6th. They were near the front. It just never came to. Daniel Bardens of the 4 in 9th. The 17 of Wolf in 10th. And then you have Marshall, Ellis, Eckert, doing things this way throws me off. In 13th, you had Eckert. In 14th, you had John Lane. You'd think I would know these people by memory now. 15th was Wayne Stadler. 16th was Tyler Gardens. 17th was Dorothy McLean. 18th was Minnie Nelson. 19th was Tracy Howell. 20th, 1 lap down. I believe the first person to be legitimately lapped in this season, in either series. Unfortunately, it's the new guy, Chris Harvey. And then 21st with a blown engine, the 10 of Thomas Hammond. Well, that wasn't the most enthralling thing, but it sure had its moments, didn't it? So, if you want to join in and give Cedric Black what for, there will be a link in the description that leads to a Discord. You can sign up there. But in the meantime, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed tonight's festivities. We'll see you again soon. I am Brian. Take care. Bye-bye.